Hi guys, Kai here and welcome back to episode 22 of the FIFA 19 My Player career, and we're starting off today's episode with a home game taking on Everton at Molineux. So fingers crossed we can go out there, put in a good performance as always. We're in fantastic form right now, fighting towards the top of the table, and then hopefully I think we may actually look at the table standings at the end of today's episode, if I remember to put them in. Hopefully I do. But let's continue on then, try and get this victory, get it underway with a good result. We didn't have the best of Januaries, as you may remember. We dropped quite a few points, and we're hoping the teams around us at the top of the table also drop points during that month. And so hopefully we are not too far behind. We want to finish top of the table, of course, but minimum is the top 4 is what we're looking for. We want Champions League qualification. That is the main aim for the season. We're still in Europa League, as I say, so we can continue on and hopefully qualify for the Champions League through that competition, but of course we want to do it in the league. And here's a good chance for Kai to break the deadlock. There we go. It's always nice to see him pushing forward and getting a goal, and he's done that indeed straight away. 5 minutes to go in this first half, and it is Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Everton 0. And Kai actually picked up a few accomplishments as well there. So his stats and ratings are ever increasing even without training. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's 83 or 84 rated overall now. So even though we haven't been training, he has been increasing pretty fast. So if I think if we did train from the very start, I think we would be more or less in the 90s, probably in the lower 90s by now, which is pretty insane for saying this is only our second season. So to get that far so early on in a career is pretty game changing, to be honest, and probably game breaking. It needs to be more of a grind to get your player up to the 90s. But we'll see how we get on. We're still not training, we're only training our set pieces, as you may know, and we're trying to be the penalty taker and the free kick taker for our squads. So hopefully we can get that done. 10 minutes to go though in this game, and we are still leading here by 1-0. Everton pushing forward though, looking for an equaliser, and that shot there almost going in. Goalkeeper makes a good save, holds on to it, and Rui Patricio kicks it forward. So into the final minute then, 2 minutes of added time in fact to be played here at Molineux. Again, it is Everton in possession. They're the ones pushing forward. But I think with that clearance there, it is going to be time up, and there is the final whistle. So we do start today's episode with a victory, the perfect way to start, and fingers crossed that can continue on throughout today's episode. I think we've got 3 more games to cover in today's video, but there you can see top left we are rated 84 overall, and we did lose against Manchester United, as you saw there. But here is the round of 32. We are up against Olympiakos, as you already know. So that is the next game that we're going to be playing right now. Fingers crossed, as I said, we can get through on this one as well. Get ourselves through to the knockout, sorry, not knockout, to the round of 16 it will be. If we can get past the Greek side. So here we go then. The first leg against Olympiakos is away from home. And we want to go out, at least get an away goal. Even if we draw, even if we lose, if we can get that away goal, that will give us a good advantage. And as long as we're not like 2 goals behind and getting that 1 goal. But saying that, even if we do lose 3 goals to 1, I still think that we're in a commanding position to try and get ourselves through to the next round. But let's see how we get on then. Away from home, every away game in Europe is going to be tough. And this is going to be one of those as well. 3 minutes in, 6.2 rating for Kai. Onwards we go then, approaching 20 minutes played. And as you can see, Kai's already improving on his stats. He's up to a 6.7 now as I'm speaking. A couple of good passes there from him. Pushes forward himself. And he's going through, looking for his 2nd goal in 2 games. Can he do it? He crosses there to his teammate, who heads it into the back of the net. Just over 20 minutes played here in Greece. It is now Olympiakos 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. And of course, that is a big, huge in fact, important away goal for us. It is Donis there who gets his head onto it and places it into the top corner. Goalkeeper probably should have done better from his positioning. Well, let's have a look. He managed to get the cross in, and there, boom, the power and placement. Perfect. Good start for Wolves. Hopefully we can get another one. It'd be great if we can double our lead, get ourselves 2 away goals. But right now it's Olympiakos with the effort. Goalkeeper making the save. 9 minutes into the second half, we are still leading by 1 goal to nil. Kai's up to an 8.5 match rating. And Olympiakos almost coming back onto level terms, and they do. The header was knocked on there to the far post, and a simple tap-in. Nobody was around him, so an easy finish in the end there for Gilherm. Probably just savaged his name there, destroyed it. So I do apologise for that. Into the final 20 minutes though, and it is still 1 apiece here. And Wolves on the attack. Here's Kai just outside the area. Goes for the shot, and it's gone into the back of net. What a finish that is. An amazing goal, it said in the top right there. 9.2. That bumps Kai up to. So a fantastic goal there. Another away goal as well for Wolves. So 2 away goals. We're leading by 2 goals to 1. And what an effort this is. We want to see more of that. That's what we like to see. If we can't push him forward, at least get him around the edge of the area and he'll score crackers like that. That's his 3rd Europa League goal of the season. Will there be more to come? As long as we keep progressing through this tournament, I'm sure there will be chances for him to get more goals throughout the Europa League. But just over 10 minutes to play, still leading here by 2 goals to 1. We just need to not concede anymore, take this 2-1 advantage into the next leg, or even improve it. We've gone forward and scored a 3rd. That's fantastic to see. Wolf this time getting his header in, and another goal for Wolverhampton Wanderers. So 3 away goals now. Olympiakos are going to have to score 3 goals in the return leg without us even scoring once. Is that going to happen? I can't see it happening, to be honest. To be honest, actually, we've not actually conceded many goals this season. So in that regard, in defensive regard, we're doing actually really, really well. So we want that to keep going. Being defensively sound. Going through here for a 4th. Didn't quite connect there. And the Olympiakos keeper picks it up, but there is the final whistle. So another victory for Wolves. We are slowly getting ourselves back into some fantastic form. Kai finishes the game with 1 goal, 1 assist and a 9.3 final match rating. And we're actually jumping straight into the second leg here. As you can see on the calendar, there wasn't a game at the weekend for us, which is a bit weird, especially as we're playing Brighton next up after this Europa League game on the Sunday. And then we've got Newcastle United on the Tuesday. But that is EA for you. FIFA needs recoding somehow for this scheduling and the fixtures. But anyway, it's good news anyway, because we can go on and get this over and done with. And then we can find out exactly who we face in the next round of the Europa League, or at least get ourselves through, and then in the next episode we'll see the draw for that. But remember, we do take the 3-1 lead from the first leg, and almost going in front straight away there from Kai. Didn't connect with the ball though, unfortunately, and it did roll into the hands of the away side goalkeeper. So Olympiakos, they need to score at least 3 goals if they're going to get themselves through this competition into the next round. And that of course means that Wolves cannot score. But if we get 1 goal, that's pretty much guaranteeing us our place in the next round of the Europa League, which is the round of 16. And we're pushing forward here. 5 minutes to play. I can't see Olympiakos scoring 3 goals now. Time is running out for them. But there's a good shot, just over the crossbar this time. Unlucky, but we'll take a 0-0 draw. I don't really mind. And that one actually went through his shorts there, so he got megged. I don't exactly know how it went through his actual material, but that's FIFA again. We're on the attack here. I don't think there's going to be any goals. Looks like it is going to be a 0-0 draw. But a 0-0 draw I'm not too worried about, because we've got the 3-1 result in the first leg. There is the final whistle. A bunch of accomplishments again unlocked there for Kai. So it could be very, very close to hitting 85. He is indeed. Look at that. The player development in the bottom right corner there. If you just want to go back and have a look at that, we are very close to hitting 85 overall rated. So unlock an accomplishment or 2 in today's game against Brighton, and we may just be 85 rated before the end of today's episode, which is a fantastic feat, especially after we haven't done any trading, as I mentioned earlier. So we want to keep progressing, keep growing, of course, try and get to those 90 ratings. And it looks like if we keep up with this good form, we may just be in the Champions League next season. As I mentioned in previous episodes, if we do make the Champions League, we will want to stay here at Wolverhampton Wanderers for 1 more season. I know quite a few of you want me to move on, but there's no joy in just moving on. If you want to just move clubs all the time, we may as well just start a fresh new series. We don't want to do that just yet. There's plenty of time for new clubs. and we want to try and win as much as we can here with Wolverhampton Wanderers. So a nice season in the Champions League with Wolves will be very exciting for the club, for the fans, and of course for Kai as a my player. And then once we've finished that season, we can look towards somewhere else. But for now, as you can see, we are trailing by 1-0. We need a little bit of magic here going forward, and that is, oh, speaking of magic, there it is. I thought he was going to lay that off for Kai's run, and Kai would have been one-on-one with the keeper if he decided just to lay that through ball in. But it is Diogo Jota who gets the equaliser for Wolverhampton Wanderers. 8 minutes to play here at Molineux. It's now Wolves 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. But look at this little run by Kai. And well, just there, just on the edge of the area. I thought he was just going to tap it through, but no. He decided to hit it first time, and he claims his second goal of the season. That's probably his best so far. But can we steal a late winner? I asked for a little bit magic earlier, and we got it. Can we do it now, though? Here's Kai, nicely rolled back there. Opens up some space. Shot comes in, and there is the second goal of the game. 3 minutes remaining. The second goal of the game for Wolves, that is. The third in total. But that one, from Kasper Dolberg, it looks like it might just win it. In the very dying minutes of this match, and champions, that's what they do. They score in vital moments of the game, and hopefully that is going to be a sign that we can go to that next step and become the Premier League champions. Fingers crossed, of course. A long way to go yet, and we're waiting for that final whistle to blow. Currently leading by 2-1. Please, referee, there is the final whistle. So another victory in the bag, and unbeaten in today's episode, which is nice to see, which means of course we are top of the Premier League table by 4 points as well. Wow, we've got Spurs just behind us, Liverpool, Arsenal, Leicester City are doing well as well this season, but 4 points clear, 25 games, and we've only conceded 9 goals all season. And we'll have a quick look at the bottom of the table. So I've enjoyed today's episode. I hope you have too. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.